Yeah, I guess, just talk about how excited you guys are to land someone like John Wall, #1 pick in the NBA draft.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched him play for a long period of time and just felt like he's such an exciting player on the court, and meeting him and get to knowing him is equally as impressive off the court. It's just how cool he is and how much of a great person he is, how grounded he is. For us, it's no secret that we're looking for a new face of our Reebok basketball brand, with Alan kind of, moving on in life. And so this was just the right time, perfect fit. We're just ecstatic that we've created a partnership together.
Now, you talked about this a lot, but why John Wall? You said you had a number of other people you could have gotten as your new face, I guess. Why John Wall?
I think really John has what we call in our business kind of the triple threat. He basically is an explosive player on the court, but he's one of those players that he always has the ball in his hand. He's very much a floor general and cool leader, but he's got a very aspirational game to young players, in the sense that he's flashy and exciting. So that's one thing. Secondly, I think he's a great athlete. Away from basketball, he's just a great athlete. So I think we're a big training brand, so we can use him in a training context.
Yeah.
Then we can use him as a basketball player for signature product, and then we can work with him together on being kind of like a lifestyle icon as well, because we feel like what separates him from a lot of players in the league and a lot of players coming out is that he's got a very cool demeanor, a very cool kind of off-court swagger to him that we feel over time we can work together on maybe some lifestyle collections as well. So he's really got all of the things we look for.
Do you see any similarities to Allen? I mean, like...
a little bit. I mean, I think, I was there in the beginning in '96 when we signed Allen, and I think the similarities are that they both, chose to go with Reebok. They both wanted to be their own man, so to speak, and they both wanted to be the face of the brand and weren't really concerned with what other people were doing, so they have strong will and conviction. They're both incredibly hungry to achieve great things, and they're both very family-oriented, very grounded. But I think about their personalities, they're totally different after that. I think they're going to be totally different people. You won't see us market John the same way we marketed Allen. John's going to grow into be his own person. We're going to grow with him. So the similarities kind of start and stop there.
Can you just take me through kind of the process where you first contacted him and how you got him to sign with Reebok as opposed to another shoe company?
Yeah, well, we knew his coaches a little bit, and like a couple of his mentors we knew over time, and as soon as we knew John was going to be going to the NBA, and he announced, we said, hey, Brian, to this guy, we'd like to get together. And so basically we talked for a lot, met a little bit, and then we actually had John come to Reebok, where we gave him a very big presentation of what life would be like if he came with us. And he actually, I think, really embraced it and really saw what the opportunities were. Alan spoke to him on our behalf. Alan and John got together and talked, and Alan said some great things about Reebok, letting you kind of be who you are and staying with you over the years. And so it was, I think John just really got a new perspective of what Reebok is, what we can offer, and who we are. And then you go through the negotiation process for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you come to the press conference the week of the draft.
So how long was this whole thing? Like, when did you first contact him?
The whole process was probably about 6 weeks from starting some talks to the end, giving him some chance to think about everything, and weigh everything.
So talking about this shoe, what are some of the unique features that you're trying to market with this?
Well, first, the technology itself is our Zig technology, which we already launched in the running training concept with Cinco and Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby and some of those guys. And basically, what it is if you think of the old slinky, it's kind of like a slinky that when the athlete kind of compresses down onto the foam, it actually creates some energy return. So the athlete pushes energy down, the energy kind of goes through these geometric shapes and then pushes the energy back up into the athlete. So what it actually does is it creates less wear and tear on the athlete's joints and gives the athlete a little boost, a little energy return. And so it kind of does a couple different things for the athlete. If you look at a point guard in the NBA, they run like 7 miles a game, so less wear and tear on the joints is really important. And then also the upper shoe is built with an exaggerated kind of top collar. A lot of athletes, especially a guy like John, needs a lot of lateral stability because ankle support, because they're moving laterally a lot. So ankle support. And then a lot of athletes want breathability. They want not to sweat a lot in the shoes, so you create these cutouts with this breathable mesh here. So basically, breathability, ankle support, and comfort are 3 things that this shoe really has that all NBA players ask for. So the shoe's definitely lightweight, tailor-made for a guy like John.
How is it different from some of the other big shoes out there on the market?
I think the difference is that the cushioning technology is the big difference. What this actually does is it flows energy from the athlete back into the athlete, which is the compelling point of view. Most other shoes, they have air that bring comfort, but they actually, when you press down, the air doesn't do much. And a lot of different companies all over the world have different air propositions. What this does is actually channels the energy back into the athlete. I think that's the compelling difference.
You said, when you talked here, Walt, John kind of broke out at your camp.
Yep.
How much do you think that kind of affected maybe his decision and your decision to kind of go after him? That it all started kind of with you guys?
I mean, this is why it's special to us, because, we invited him to our breakout camp in 2007, and here we are in 2010, signing him, and the breakout, he earned everything he's got. The breakout camp was simply the platform that allowed him to kind of be known nationally, and so it's special to us. We invite him to our camp the next year, so he's been part of Reebok family kind of unofficially for a long period of time, and so now in 2010 to be able to forge this relationship, it adds some specialness to it.
If I were to, some people may say, you guys are Reebok, you're not really a basketball shoe company anymore, Nike and Adidas are dominating. If someone were to come to you and kind of say that to you, how would you kind of respond to them? How would you kind of get you guys kind of back in that public mind where, you're up at that level again?
I think that when we've been successful in basketball, it's because we've tried to do a few things and do them well. So we introduced Pump, and we had guys like Dominique Wilkins wearing it, and then D. Brown in the dunk contest wearing it. We really concentrated on that. And then we had Allen Iverson, and then we had Above the Rim. So we have a very strong heritage in basketball. And we've been very relevant in kind of like youth culture when it comes to basketball. We've actually focused on grounding ourselves as a training and fitness brand right now, and now we're getting back into basketball with the same kind of flair and innovation we had before, with a new player in John Wall. So we feel that it's time for us to be back in, and it's all about timing.
Is there a concern that he's a rookie, he hasn't even played an NBA game yet, and yet he's got, I guess, a 5-year contract? What happens if maybe some disappoints or something? Is that a concern at all?
I mean, this is what GMs for teams and guys in our industry we go through. We make calculated risk. We feel like he's going to be a tremendous NBA player. We feel like he's NBA ready now. And so we know who he is off the court. And so you make calculated risks, but we feel like this is going to be a great run for both of us. So.
All right, and just like, I just wanted to ask about the design of it. Take me through this and how did you come up with it? Like what do you like about it? Why should people like this design?
I think it's, first of all, from a design perspective, it's very flashy. With kind of the shinier patent leathers and the blue colors, and there's a lot of bright colors coming out, so it's a very flashy design. John's a very flashy player. Other than that, the biggest thing is the demonstrative look of our technology. It almost kind of infers what it does. It channels energy, so it's a very cool look. It's not just like this is some decoration. This really, this geometry informs the consumer what the technology does, which is to channel energy. So it's very cool that it actually looks what it does. And then again, up top, as I said earlier, athletes just need tremendous ankle support. They need strong breathability, and that's kind of what this does.
All right.